Marty Deuter.
And I'm Jennifer Varimas. Welcome to our Ward 1 news channel. As your first ward alderman, we want you to feel safe and connected. Our YouTube videos will take the place of our traditional annual ward meeting.
Today we are kicking off our video series with a special guest, Erin Jason. Erin is the Business Development Coordinator for the City of Elmhurst. We've had Erin at our previous town hall meetings, and the information that she provides and the enthusiasm that she brings to the discussion is always quite a highlight. And we have received a number of questions from residents related to economic development.
Hi, Erin. Thank you for being with us today.
Oh, thank you for inviting me.
Erin, you and Cassandra, the City of Elmhurst Communication Manager, are filming an economic update presentation. We're going to provide that link to our residents when it's available. In the meantime, what can you tell us about businesses coming to Elmhurst and specifically to Ward 1?
So if I'm just going to do kind of like a speed round on what's happening new in 2020 in the first ward, I'm going to break it down for you into office developments, service industry businesses, new retail, and then restaurants as a separate category. And we do have quite a bit, particularly in the first ward. So to kick it off, there's a new State Farm office at 113 Adele. Celebrity Home Loans opened at 105 South York. The City Center moved their offices. They're now at 109 West 1st Street, so a lot more accessible to the public and to the businesses that they serve. Kozar Law offices are in the process of renovating their new home at 126 North York, so you'll be seeing a new facade on that building. In the service industries, we have McCard Barbershop. They opened at 102 West 2nd Street earlier this year. Salon, which is a long-time presence in Elmhurst, came under new ownership in 2020. They moved just down the street to 210 North York. The Beauty Lounge with Alderman Varimas, they recently blended with Judith B. Salon, moving to the second floor space at 263 North York. Gem Med Spa, originally from Orland Park, opened their second Chicagoland area spa at 210 North York this past summer. Zazu Salon from Downers Grove opened their second location in Elmhurst at 191 North York, and they'll also have a new neighbor, Sola Salon Studios, at 187 North York. Now those last two are both in the process of opening right now, so by the time you watch this, they may be open. And we also have High Voltage Hair Society. They recently opened at 111 East 1st Street in the former Gloria Jean's coffee shop, so that's a transition piece that was just absorbed. Bright Hair is one of their specialties with color, great cuts, great things happening in those categories so far. We also have a lot of new retail happening in the last year, and that is unusual, especially during a pandemic, so we are very lucky to have that happening. We have Sweets for You Popcorn. This is actually their second season, but I wanted to make sure I pointed them out in case you missed them last year. They are splitting the space with Tropical Snow at 122 North York. So Tropical Snow is there in the summer months, and now Sweets for You Popcorn is there for fall and winter. Cast Fragrances is a designer perfume shop. They recently opened at 216 North York. I'm sorry, 261 North York. Edie Boutique opened their 9th location. If you are familiar with Edie, they're at 129 North York. They opened in July. That is after 3 years of trying to find the right fit for them in Elmhurst. So we're very excited about that. And I promised your alderman that we'd give you some new information that's not out there yet publicly. Do It Together workshops. You may be familiar with them. They're in the North York corridor right now. They are relocating their new reimagined concept. So they're a great example of a business that had to pivot during the pandemic. And so they've moved to more of a take it home and build it yourself craft kit. So they're going to have retail on that front with all different kind of take home and do it together, but at home workshop kits, as well as maintaining a space for you to be creative together when it's safe to do so in their new retail space. So they're actually taking the space on Adele that was formerly the Beauty Lounge. New restaurants, Primos Locos opened this summer at 122 South York. Guac and Tacos added a second location outside of the first ward, but new to both of their locations in Elmhurst is a liquor license. They now serve margaritas and other drinks that are complimentary to their menu. The Waffle Iron, which is a Millie's Pancake House brand. just opened last week in collaboration with Brew Point Coffee at their founders location at 124 West Park. So you can actually walk up and order sweet and savory waffles there through the window. Outside of Ward 1, we had Lariano's Pizza, which opened in October at 426 North York Street. It's the same family as Nick's Pizza, if you're familiar with that. They're in Crystal Lake, and I think they have another location as well. And Victory Meat and Seafood, this is a new announcement that you all haven't heard either. They actually recently leased the former Victoria's on Main space. So they are combining those two spaces to be able to expand and socially distance their tables in winter months for indoor dining. So safer dining with the expanded location. We're excited about that. Ming Chef is coming soon. This is going to open at 233 North York, which is the former Rainbow Restaurant space, and that is owned and operated by the owners of Joy Yi, if you're familiar with that in the Chicagoland area, Asian Cafe. Effigy Salon, and I know we already talked about salons, but Effigy is actually doing something a little bit different at 112 West Park. So they've leased a portion of the Flight 112 space, the former Flight 112 space, so that they can not only expand their salon and offer more ADA services on the first floor, but also put together a cocktail lounge, and they've redone the whole outdoor patio in the back. It's going to be really a terrific space when it's open. The Uptown Eatery is currently building out their restaurant at 117 North Addison. That's the former Pizza Palace location. So it's called the Uptown Eatery. You can tell by the name that they are Elmhurst residents, the owners, so they are really excited to launch their new space. It's under construction right now, and they should be open in December, is their plan to be open before the holidays. And this is one you're hearing first. A lot of people were upset when Bocce Pizza closed during the pandemic. They've actually relocated within Elmhurst and within the First Ward. They're moving to the Elmhurst Crossing development at 83 in St. Charles in the former space occupied by Pie 5 Pizza. So they should be open before year's end, probably sooner rather than later. And what's kind of fun is with my job is there's so many more leases that are happening right now, and I told your alderman, I wish we were filming this next week because we'd have a couple more new ones that we can announce, but we're on the cusp, and hopefully they'll invite me back to share more information on what's happening at the former Bocce Pizza space. Is being leased up, demised again, and leased into two new businesses. The former Meathead space is in a lease transaction, the former Daily Method space, and some other spaces around town. So we're very lucky to have so much activity happening right now.
Maybe we'll be able to bring you back for just a sneak peek update when those announcements are made.
Heard it here first.
Exactly. So Erin, the First Ward residents have had a front row seat to a lot of the development that's been happening in our downtown area. And I often hear folks wonder about the demand. Is there enough demand to support the new units? Can you review the number of units that have come online and what you know about to the extent that those units have been sold or leased?
Sure. When you're looking at our apartments, I'm just going to break it down. I'm just going to give you units first for every the apartments and the condos that are out there right now. So Elmhurst 255, which opened in the fall of 2017, they have 192 units. The Mark, the Opus project on Addison, they have 165 units. Condos at the Hill, which is right across from the post office, they have 23 condo units there. The 195 condos at 195 North Addison has 20 units. The Lennar building, which is the new apartment complex that's going up on Addison, has 212 units. And then there's some other townhomes that are planned in the area, which will have around 6 townhomes. So the difference there is when I look at downtown population, in 1990 there was about 360 residential units that were multifamily in the downtown. In 2018, after Elmhurst 255 came online, we had over 1,000. We had 1,070 units, and the new additions with the ones that I listed in addition to the 255 is about 635 more people population-wise. So when I was saying 1,070, I didn't mean units, I mean people. So, and we'll see more too when the census results come out, who's already been counted from 255 and from the Mark. And we'll do a special census in a few years to catch all those people who are moving into the new condos, because that's a great conduit for us. But we do see, to your point on, is there demand? Yes, there is demand. All of our apartments, as they've come online, have surpassed their timelines for filling and for stabilizing, which is wonderful. We've met, the city manager, the assistant city manager, and I, with specialists to talk about, can we handle more density in the downtown? And it's been reviewed several times, recently as last year, to say, yes, if we continue to do the development as we are now, where things are coming online one at a time, they're not all opening at once, they're not cannibalizing from one another, they're actually, pulling in new growth and new attraction. So when you look at the condo units, condos at the Hill, there's 8 units that are already occupied with another one that's under contract already, so you'll start seeing planters and whatnot on their porches. And the 195 condo project, approximately 50% have been sold to date. So the first closing date on that will take place this month in November, and before you know it, you'll see people occupying that space as well. When we talk about the Lennar, the Finn building at 183 North Addison, they're on schedule to be open and to start populating in March of 2021.
Okay,
Wonderful. Thank you.
that is great. Any other information about, I know the townhomes are coming on Addison. Do you have any information about the timing of the Addison townhomes? Or
I do not have, that's the RISE project, I do not have a timeline for that yet. When we do, we'll make sure we update your group to let you know about that.
Wonderful. Thank you, Erin. With the added residential developments in downtown, how does that benefit our business community?
Whenever you add, especially in this case, transit-oriented development, right? So we're along the metro tracks, and things are a little bit different now, but in a normal year, you'd see lots of people waiting for the train every day. To have those transit-oriented developments, not only do they attract people to town to kind of try moving out to the suburbs or to stay in the suburbs if they're downsizing or resizing their living situation, it adds nighttime density to our downtown and daytime density. So the people who live and work from home from these apartments and these condos, they're the ones who are always walking downtown, who are going to the dry cleaners, who are stopping for a smoothie, who are going to get their nails done, who are getting a haircut, who are shopping, just utilizing our businesses 24 hours a day. And our businesses feel that, and they see that, and they know when somewhere opens. When the Mark opened on Addison, our businesses knew right away. When Elmhurst 255 opened, our businesses knew right away. And part of that, Alderman Deuter and I were speaking earlier, when the hospital moved, there was a big void, especially in daytime population, but nighttime too, because that staff was always going for a lunch or a dinner break. And our restaurants felt when the hospital moved to the south side of town. Our downtown really felt that, and this has really helped to not only subsidize that, but now surpass it. And it also is a great attraction tool. There are businesses that we have in town who come specifically because they know there's a population density right there that's going to support them, in addition to the rest of the population in town, which is a really great selling point for us, and it's a really great way to keep our downtown vibrant.
Yeah, great. Erin, thank you so much for being our guest. We did try to film at a couple of locations outside today, but that did not work out very well. But thank you for being patient. Thank you for being with us. And could you please tell our viewers how they can support the local business community? I know you've put out some new resources recently.
Sure, absolutely. During this time and at all times, it's really important to support local. I encourage you all to like and follow the Explore Elmhurst Facebook page. We do direct share out local business information, not just from Ward 1 in downtown, but from throughout the community, all different types of businesses. We have a restaurant guide that's been updated for fall of 2020 that is available online, just right on our website, elmhurst.org. You can just click on it. It says Choose to Eat Local, and we ask you to choose to eat local and to continue, as so much of the community has done this entire time, to support, and particularly think local first, that message. So if you think that way, think local first, that's the best way to support. And always like and Yelp review and do whatever you can for the businesses that you frequent.
That's terrific. Thank you so much. We want to thank Erin for joining us on our Ward 1 channel. Connecting with our residents is very important to us. Please get in contact with us with any questions or comments or concerns. And also, you may sign up for our email list, follow our Facebook page, Alderman Verimus's Facebook page, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you again for watching. Please stay safe and be well.
Thank you.